Hello again. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles here to review one of the albums that will be re-released for Black Friday Record Store Day 2025, and that is Sunvolt.
Trace.
Yeah, this is one of the offshoot bands from Uncle Tupelo, and you had Wilco and you had Sunvolt, and they were actually rivals for a little while, and then Sunvolt kind of went way independent and underground. But this is when they were on a major label. This is getting re-released in a deluxe two LP set, color vinyl with all kinds of demos and outtakes and all kinds of goodies in there. So yeah, definitely Sunvolt, and the album is called Trace, and this was my suggestion, so I'll be going last. We are the Vinyl Community Guncles. We are Mike from Hubtunes, Craig from Craig's Vinyl Plethora, Richard from Calvin Wazoo, and ladies and gentlemen, I am Robert Fitton, the guy who threw this up together at the last minute because I forgot we were recording this evening. So yeah, thanks to the other three for your patience and your kind attitude during this whole situation. Sunvolt, Trace, who's first?
Me. So I'm very familiar with this record. Was a big Uncle Tupelo fan. I've definitely gone more the way of Wilco. I love Wilco and Jeff Tweedy, and they're my favorite active band right now. But I love when this album came out. I mean, I was all over it. I remember going right to the record store. This was when new releases were on Fridays before they were. No, they were on Tuesdays.
No, they were on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And I went straight to the record store and bought the CD because it was not out on vinyl, and I loved it, absolutely loved it, and I have not listened to this record in a very long time. It was good to go back and listen to. It brought back a lot of memories. It's definitely their best album. I don't think they've never been better. They had an album out last year that was okay. Of course, always the diehard fans still love them. And, Jay Farrar's the best. Fuck Tweedy and all that. Fine, whatever. I mean, that guy up there. This is a great record. And like I said, they haven't been better. Everything else after this is meh. They still do have some songs on other records that are pretty good. You'll have to forgive me today. I had my COVID shot, my flu shot, and my pneumonia shot. So I'm struggling here, but we'll get through it. It was great to revisit this record. Windfall opens it up. I love that song. Live Free, excellent. Tear Stained Eye, very, very good. There's a couple of songs in here where I'm kind of like, going back and listening. I don't like as much as I used to. I love 10-Second News. Drown is obviously, I think, probably their biggest song. I think that's probably the one everyone knows them by. It was a big single. Great song, too. I just love the guitar on it. I really like Jay Farrar's guitar. I've never been a big fan of his vocals. But yeah, his guitar work is excellent, but as is Jeff Tweedy's. So, Loose String, excellent. The whole thing is great. I really, really dig it. Catching On is another one of my favorites. And then it closes with Mystify Me, which I really, really like. 11 songs, it's 42 minutes. Obviously a CD era. I'm surprised it feels longer. It felt more like an hour, but it's just a great record. I've always dug it. Like I said, I haven't listened to it in a very long time. I will be buying the vinyl. That's probably one of my must buys. I don't have very many for Black Friday Record Store Day, but that's definitely one. I think it's on purple vinyl, which doesn't really matter. I'd still buy it. Trace, I will give this. I'm going to give it four rainbows. Yeah.
All right. Nice and concise. And now we've heard the 4-star review. What are we going to hear next?
Oh,
Craig.
Well, ain't going to be a
4-star
review.
We're sure.
Let's see. No, 4 rainbows. Yeah. So never heard Uncle Tupelo. Never heard Sunvolt. Never heard Wilco. I know of all of them because I hear about them all the time, but I've never invested any time into listening to any of them, and I'll admit that up front. I will say that this isn't for me.
Shocking.
I can't get past his voice. It's not it's not pleasing. It's not. There's some good lyrics. There's a couple songs I kind of enjoyed. There were actually 4 singles off of this album: The Windfall, Route, Drown, and Loose String. Those were all singles released. I have notes next to 10-second news. It says not bad. And the closer, Mystify Me, it says not bad. The music was really good. I was quite impressed with their instrumentation and all of that. I just couldn't get it past his voice. It was not. At times, it kind of reminded me, and not that he's the greatest singer, but it kind of reminded me of the Gin Blossoms guy, but worse. So like there was just some similarities in their voices. But I can handle, I don't know what the Gin Blossom guy's name is, but I can handle him a little bit better. And I only know their first record, but so yeah, this just wasn't for me. And I know that there are diehard fans for all 3 of these, and especially I know the War and all of that. I know a lot about all of them. I just have never listened to him. So now I can say I've listened to a Sunvolt record. Maybe I need to listen to a Tupelo and a Wilco. I don't know. And then I can just cross that off my bucket list. So I'll be kind, and I'm going to give this a rainbow for each not bad song. So it's getting 2 rainbows from me.
Oh my.
All right, this is going by really quickly. Richard from Calvin Wazoo is next.
Well, I also had never heard of Sunvolt. And when I started listening to the record, I was really pleased with the opening track. I thought that was really good. The voice was different. And then I kind of noticed with the going through the record, a lot of variety in terms of you've got these folky country type of songs that are more of the acoustic ones. And then you've got the alternative rock, country rock, louder, more powerful songs. And the compositions of the music was really good. I liked every track musically. I thought they were all really, really good. But I did also, especially on the repeated listens, Jay Farrar's voice was, I thought, more suited for the more acoustic style songs, more country songs, the more folk-like songs. So like my favorite 2 tracks were 10-Second News and Out of the Picture. I really, really like those tracks. And then after 10-Second News, you've got Drown, which really shows how they go from one style to another, kind of throughout the record. But I didn't think his voice went well with those songs, with that type of music. The song Catchin' On was I wrote down, good example. I would have preferred Jacob Dylan singing this song. I just kind of feel like the music was good, but his vocal style really didn't change much with any of the songs. But I do like I said, the more acoustic ones. I love the song Too Early, which I think should have been the closer. I was not very impressed with the Ron Wood cover. I mean, it's was suitable for the album, but not as the closer. I really felt the Too Early would have been the optimal closer for the album. But yeah, so I like the rocking arrangements. The more rocking arrangements. But yeah, his voice on those were, I don't know, cringy in some respects, but very well suited for the more country, more folky songs. I'm getting repetitious about this. I thought a long time about, okay, because that first listen musically, I really liked all the compositions, but I'm going to give it 3.5 rainbows because in general, I feel like musically it's a really solid album, and there are a few good songs where I think Farrar's voice is well suited, but the other songs, especially the more up tempo and more alternative rock style songs, his voice just didn't work for me on those. So yeah, 3.5 rainbows.
All right, so I didn't pick this because it's my favorite album of all time. I picked it because, like I said, it was Black Friday Record Store Day 2025 reissue, and I did give a choice, if everyone remembers, between 3 other albums, but I didn't say what the albums were. I just went by the first letter of each, and you had to choose a letter, and you chose S, for the artist, and that was Sunvolt. So that's why we ended up listening to this. But back when this was out, I was in rock radio, and I had a friend who was also at that station who was, super into these guys, and Wilco, and Sunvolt, and Golden Smog, and all the offshoots, all the people that sounded similar, Bottle Rockets, and just any kind of
Rockets.
Yeah, what's called, alternative country. I don't think it was really called anything then. And also,
Uncle Tupelo kind of started alt country.
Right, yeah. And they are from the area, not only the St. Louis area, but more specifically from the Illinois side of the Metro East. So they were home region heroes. And this guy was from even further southern Illinois than I am. So he was right next to them. Jeff Farrar is from Belleville. And so, the Uncle Tupelo had that Belleville. Tweety. What's that?
So is Tweety.
Tweety's from Belleville. Yeah.
They grew up, they went to high school together.
Yeah. And so, regional heroes, heard them all the time. And we were both so excited to be able to play Drown on commercial rock radio in Springfield, Illinois. We did not, Uncle Tupelo wasn't like that. They never really crossed over that college rock radio into commercial rock radio wall. And, anytime they were played, it was on a specialty show or something like that. So it was great to be able to play Sunvolt in regular rotation. And then, of course, Wilco as well, and the 3 a.m. album, and then the Been There album, and then the Straight Away Sunvolt album. I really like the three, the first 3 Sunvolt albums. They're still around. They're just, like I said, they kind of went into more of an independent thing, and they don't get the press anymore. They don't sell millions of copies. I think their last album actually came out in 2023. It's got a guy's name in it. It's
I think they had one.
Yeah, what was it called?
Doug's Day of the Doug.
They had one last year called Honky Tonk.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. See, like I'm saying, they're off the radar at this point.
Yeah, they really are.
But this one just it brings back a lot of memories. Tear Stained Eye, ballads like that, and especially Drown, because that's when we played on the radio all the time. I always liked Route or Route, depending on what part of the country you're from. But yeah, Route, that was another single, and we got a promo copy for it, but the record label didn't push it, and it had no money behind it. So we didn't play it. We just played it on the specialty show. But that's my favorite track off here. And I'm the opposite. I should go this way. I'm the opposite of Richard. I like the more rock-oriented tunes.
I do too.
I like the contrast of his voice with the harder, the Route and the Drown and all of that. I think with the more country tunes, and again, they're from Belleville. I know Belleville. People don't talk like that in Belleville. So he is kind of putting an effect on his voice.
Oh, definitely.
And it's a little hokey sometimes. It's a little too much, with his kind of twang and his southern, like he's from Georgia or something, or, southern Missouri or something at least, but he's not. And I don't think he really talks like that or sings like that. So it's a little, I've always I wish he would have just, after a while, I think it got a little more natural, but I agree that Too Early is a great ending. Mystifies Me, I think, sounds more like a bonus track. It's not because it's cover and, we're just going to put this on the end, but I still like it. I still, the album just brings back a lot of great memories. 10-second, you guys have already mentioned a lot of the titles. You are getting two different sounds here. They kind of switch back and forth, suddenly you'll have this down home sitting on the front porch kind of sound, and then all of a sudden, this rock thing comes in, and then back and forth. But I still enjoyed listening to this, but I think I probably enjoy it more than someone like Craig, who doesn't like this music isn't at the top of their listening habit anyway, and they have no history with this. Mm-hmm. So that's my whole thing, is this just brings back a lot of great memories. And so I'm going to give it 4 rainbows. Probably more like a 3 rainbow album, but I'll
I'll
give it 4 rainbows.
It was fun to listen to again. Like I said,
yes.
It'd been years since I listened
to
this.
Yeah, I listened to it again because I was doing that deep dive. No, I wasn't, because this is 95. I don't know why I listened to this again. I listened to this again recently. I can't remember. Maybe I just threw it on. I'm finding myself listening. Everything I listen to these days has a reason. I'm either listening to it because I'm getting ready to review it on here. I'm listening to it because it just got re-released on vinyl, or I'm listening to it because I'm putting it in talking about it in a video on my own channel. I'm doing a deep dive into 1983 or something. I rarely just grab something and throw it on anymore.
It's kind of glare. There you go. 13 and a half.
Oh.
It was better than Panic.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying now, doesn't it? So what are we listening to next? And this is a quick review.
Yeah.
I know, right? We are listening to, from 1990, the Darling Buds, their second album, Crawdaddy.
The Darling
I remember,
Buds?
Yeah, I remember seeing something of that on MTV, because I remember seeing Crawdaddy in that little thing on the left corner.
Mm-hmm.
Lower left corner.
Never heard of it.
Tiny Machine was probably on like 120 minutes.
Oh, really? That doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't remember that title. Maybe it was.
Maybe, I think, or Crystal Clear. Maybe. No, Crystal Clear is not a single.
Let's see.
No, it was. Yeah.
All right, so we'll be checking out Crawdaddy from the Darling Buds. We'll also be reviewing. Did we do a year? I'm all messed. I just jumped into this. I'm all
1980 is our next year.
Yeah, 1980 is coming up.
1980.
80.
80.
80.
80. Yeah. I'm glad we got some people on the ball on this. All right, 1980, the tops and bottoms of that year. So yeah, Crimes of Passion from Pat Benatar. We talked about this before. Is it London Calling or not London Calling, depending on
depending on where you were at.
On.
Yeah.
1980. Kiss Unmasked.
Oh yeah.
80.
One of the Peter Gabriels, right?
Journey Departure with Any Way You Want It.
Yeah.
Any way you want it, that's the way.
You can keep that.
80. Man, 20 minutes. This is a quick one.
That's fine. Perfect.
Yeah. See everybody next time.
Great one.
We are the Vinyl Community Guncles. I'm Robert Fitton, along with
Richard here at Calvin Wazoo.
Craig here at Craig's Vinyl Plethoras.
Mike at Hub Tunes.
I'm going to be more prepared next time.
Please
Bye.
do.
when we do the Darling Buds. Maybe I'll
The darling
smoke some
buds.
Darling Buds or something.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Hopefully you'll be here for it.